fans of the Evil Dead franchise may soon have reason to rejoice. 14 months after the cancellation of the TV series Ash vs. Evil Dead, Sam Raimi, who directed the original trilogy and produced the show, says early work has begun on a brand new movie. In a new interview with Bloody Disgusting, about the killer alligator movie Crawl, which Raimi produced, we asked the filmmaker what the future of the Evil Dead franchise was. "I'd love to make another one. I don't think TV is in its future, but we're talking about Bruce Campbell, Rob Tapert, and myself, 1 or 2 different ways to go for the next movie," Sam Raimi confirmed. He added, "We'd like to make another Evil Dead feature, and in fact we're working on some ideas right now. The big question is whether the movie would follow the events of the Ash storyline, and once again star Bruce Campbell, or continue the storyline of the remake? Or would it be something entirely new?" It turns out Raimi and company have one idea if Bruce Campbell comes back, one idea if Campbell opts out but Fede Alvarez, who directed the remake, is able to return, and another idea if both of those possibilities fall through. "I will be thrilled if Bruce Campbell changed his mind about retirement, would come back for the original Evil Dead line," Raimi said. "But if not, I'm very happy to work with, if Fede Alvarez would come back and make the sequel. But he's such a big shot now. He's so successful, an artist in demand, that I don't think he'd want to do that." Speaking of Alvarez's remake, we asked Raimi, once and for all, whether the events of that gory horror hit were canonical with the rest of the franchise. "I think that's a part of the Evil Dead universe but not part of the Bruce Campbell storyline," Raimi explained. When Bloody Disgusting asked for clarification that the events of the remake were happening off in a corner of the original universe, Raimi replied, "Exactly. But there's also a third possibility we're talking about," Raimi added. The filmmaker did not elaborate further on what the third direction for the Evil Dead movie franchise could be, but he did leave us with a timeline. "So I think you may see some action on the Evil Dead movie in the next 6 months, Raimi concluded. "Good news for Deadites, and until the next update comes at least we have Crawl to tide us over. It swims into theaters this Friday.